So I was really appalled and disgusted when I discovered a few days ago that the spices in my kitchen potentially contain lead and arsenic. I have been using curry powder to feed my family and my young child for several years now, and just to find out that the food that I spend time cooking to make sure that they have a healthy meal, it's probably contaminated by lead and arsenic. What if I told you that your cooking spices contain lead and arsenic? Yep, let's talk about it. My name is Glory. I am a board-certified internal medicine doctor here in the USA, teaching you how to live healthy lives and build healthy relationships. Today we are talking about the fact that your cooking spices contain heavy metals such as lead, arsenic, and cadmium. According to Consumer Reports, which is an independent nonprofit organization here that conducts independent research on different consumer products, according to this organization, about 30% of the spices in your kitchen currently contain heavy metals. And according to this organization, most of the spices that contain these heavy metals are turmeric powder, curry powder, paprika, cinnamon powder, ginger powder, and also garlic powder. So, and according to this organization, it doesn't matter if the spices are organic or not, and most of the mainstream brands all contain these heavy metals, such as McCormick, Whole Foods, and Trader Joe's. So what do heavy metals do to the body? Heavy metals are very dangerous to the body. First of all, the body doesn't usually know how to get rid of them, so they tend to accumulate in the body over the years, further causing damage. They can cause problems such as neurotoxicity, they cause gastrointestinal problems, they cause kidney problems, immune system problems, and even birth defects, especially when pregnant women consume them. And of course, there's also a very high risk for cancer. So how do these metals get into our spices in the first place? Some of them, such as cadmium, get into the spices from the soil during cultivation. And so for those, if the soil is contaminated, then the spices will be contaminated. Some of the other spices, such as lead and arsenic, get into the spices during the processing period. And so how is this possible that here in the U.S. Such heavy metals are found in our food and the spices that we consume? So, well, according to this Consumer Reports and other articles, the FDA, which is an organization in charge of monitoring and making sure that consumer products in the USA are safe, apparently they have no set point for any set limits for these heavy metals in foods, and so there's really no way for them to enforce it. Apparently they are mostly in charge, or they mostly focus on making sure that these metals, these spices do not contain microbes and bacteria that will make people sick immediately. But these heavy metals are equally dangerous because they accumulate over the years and cause organ damage. And this organ damage that is caused by these heavy metals is even worse when young children are exposed to it, because if they consume these heavy metals from a young age, by the time they're older, they would have had a more significant exposure to it, and so are likely to have more problems. So I was really appalled and disgusted when I discovered a few days ago that the spices in my kitchen potentially contain lead and arsenic. I have been using curry powder to feed my family and my young child for several years now, and just to find out that the food that I spend time cooking to make sure that they have a healthy meal, it's probably contaminated by lead and arsenic. Food is supposed to be medicine to the body and not poison. So what can we do about it? What can we do to protect ourselves and our families from these heavy metals? Well, the first thing to do will be to get rid of all the ground dried spices in your kitchen. It doesn't matter how tasty they are. It doesn't matter how delicious you think they are. If they are exposing your family to danger, then you should get rid of them. So instead, replace them with the fresh ones from the market. And so, for instance, if you like using ginger or garlic or turmeric, just buy these items in their fresh form from the market and then blend it or grind them yourself. You can always grind them in batches and store them in the freezer and then use it over time. And better still, you can go a step further to grow your own spices. It's very doable, it's very possible. I do it. I'll put a picture of my little backyard garden here. If you have the slightest, tiniest backyard space, you can always use that to grow your own plants. It's very doable and possible. It may seem daunting at first, but once you start, you will figure out how to do it. Your health and that of your family depends on this, and you should really take action, take initiative, and take responsibility really of your own life, because the FDA won't do it for you. Nobody else will do it for you. So what did we learn today? To recap, your spices, the spices in your kitchen right now, contain lead and arsenic. And these heavy metals are exposing yourself and your family to dangerous health consequences down the road. So you should get rid of them and replace them with fresh ones from the market. Or better still, grow your own plants. Grow your own spices. Okay, that's it for today. Until next time, God bless.